Today I'm sewing and sharing another very quick and easy woven tank top. This is the Sorbetto top by Seamwork. It's a free pattern you can find at their website. I've left a link for you below so you can check out all the details, grab a copy, and sew it along with me. This tank top includes shaping darts in the front, and once you've attached that to the back piece, all you have to do is do the bindings and the hem and you're all done. My intention was to create a top that I could mix and match with many other pieces in my wardrobe. I also wanted to create a faux romper by matching this top with the peppermint spring shorts. I've created a sew along for the peppermint spring shorts as well if you want to create the same romper look. I hope you join me in sewing this top. Print out your pattern, cut out your fabric, and let's get started. I've transferred the darts from my pattern piece onto both sides of the front bodice, and now I'm ready to pin it in place, folding the dart in half and poking my needle through one dart leg and out the other. Do that for both darts, and sew your darts in place starting from the outside edge to the point, leaving thread tails on both sides so that you can tie them in knots. Place your front and back pieces right sides together and pin your shoulder seams and side seams. Sew your shoulder seams and side seams with a 5/8 inch seam allowance and serge your seams to finish. And do this on both sides. To bind the neckline and the armholes, you can use store-bought bias tape. I've just cut strips of fabric from my main material, 1 1/4 inches wide, and I cut it at a 45-degree angle to the selvage of the fabric. I'm going to take one of the short edges of the bias tape and fold it to the wrong side by about 1/4 inch. I'm going to place that folded short edge right sides together with the neckline of my fabric, starting right at center back, and pin in place. I'm just matching up the raw edges and I'm going to pin all the way around. Once I've clipped all the way around and I'm back at the beginning, I'm going to let my loose end overlap my folded short edge and pin in place. If you have excess bias binding, just let it overlap by about 1/2 inch or so and cut off your excess. Sew all around the neckline with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now that you have your binding sewn on all the way around, we're going to flip the binding to the inside of the garment right along that seam. Take the raw edge of your binding, tuck it underneath to the crease, and now that that's tucked underneath, go ahead and pin in place all the way around. Continuing to fold that binding to the seam line, and then folding everything on the seam line. And now take this to your sewing machine and edge stitch close to this inner fold all the way around. We're going to bind the armholes in the same exact way, starting by folding the short edge of your binding to the wrong side by 1/4 inch, and then placing that edge right sides together with your fabric. And I'm going to start the binding here at the underarm seam. Pin in place all the way around as we did for the neckline. And repeat all of our previous steps, sewing all the way around with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, turning it to the inside, tucking under the raw edge, and edge stitching all the way around. And do this for both armholes. And now the last step is to hem the bottom of the shirt. You can decide how wide you want your hem to be here, depending on how much length you want to maintain for your shirt. I'm just going to do a simple rolled hem here, just folding it once to the wrong side 1/4 inch, and then once more 1/4 inch right on top of itself. And then I'm going to edge stitch again close to the inner fold all the way around. And then you're all done with your blouse. Thank you for watching this sew along. Make sure you check out my other videos for more great sewing inspiration, and I'll see you in the next video.